to decide how they want to conduct election. Nigeria spent 305 billion naira on 2023 elections, lying to all of you, millions of people in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, that they have discovered the technology and they are investing in that technology. So they used years, okay, to sell the idea that they have now discovered a technology to improve elections in Nigeria. People should participate. So they lied to people. And that's why a lot of people are kind of like, they are wondering why Nigerians are not on the streets. Something you all need to realize, or which I have realized, is that if you look at Nigerians, like all of us generally, you will realize that a lot of us have no idea of how to react to things or things like this. The other day, somebody was asking that, why is it so difficult, right, for Nigeria to actually end terrorism or reduce it to the BRS minimum and the rest of that? I said, well, it has lasted for years now. Apart from the corruption and the rest of it around, right? Nigerians naturally don't even know how to react to it. If you go to areas where the terrorists are now kings, when they started, a lot of people felt like by protecting them, so the terrorists will spare them. Here you get. So they were not thinking of the kind of danger they are putting their lives and their own children and the community in. But the reaction at first was, let us shield them, let us protect them. Do you understand? Until when they started becoming the real victims and their villages are completely gone, most of these areas, reacting to it. You know what I mean? So when people say that Nigerians are suffering, don't they want good life? Why can't they just come out and react and shake it? I said, but listen, how many Nigerians can actually tell you they have actually experienced what real good life is all about? Like, if you have actually tasted what good life is. You know, a lot of Nigerians have money. Here you get, but they are still poor. Or should I say, a lot of Nigerians are poor because all they have is money in that way. So if you want people to react to a strange discomfort, they must have actually enjoyed some comfort first. If you want them to react to corruption, they must have actually experienced the world without corruption before. If you want them to kind of react, okay, to oppression, suppression, and the rest of all these things that we expect them to react to, so they must at first have experienced something like rule of law, things that are actually normal. A lot of Nigerians, since they were born, they have never seen anything normal in their life. So when you want them to react, to fight for something normal, it's mostly it's coming from those who have imagined them. In my own view, a lot of Nigerians are only imagining what good life means. What does it even mean like to have a 24 hours electricity for a whole year? What does it feel like that if you have an emergency, you can just call a number right now, an ambulance will come to the front and you don't even have to pay anything. They will take the person away, rich or poor. What does it feel like? What does it feel like, to be in to have a Nigeria whereby your children, they are not just safe, they are being provided the best of the best education, okay? And it doesn't matter your social status, they are getting it because, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of Nigerians can only imagine them, okay? What does it feel like for you to be so friendly and call your lecturers by their first names? Oh, Dave. Hi, Dave. What's going on with our assignment this week? You know what I mean? Like, relate with your lecturers without them having to ask that they want to sleep with you, sexually harass you, or extort you. Like, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to be able to speak your mind without the fear of persecution, prosecution, or loss of your liberty? A lot of Nigerians don't know what it feels like. They can only imagine. That's why when you see a lot of them who once stood against oppression, and they are now the ones who are oppressing people, It is because they've never experienced it. They've never experienced a world without oppression. All the while, they have only been waiting for their turn. So sometimes when we should kind of think about these things, okay? I'm not saying people are stupid or dumb. I'm saying a lot of you today who are mostly angry with Nigeria are wondering, why are there still people supporting these criminals in Nigeria? It's because this is the world they know. Now you, they overstretch them. You are the one wondering, how could people go to the hospital? There is no bed. There is no medicine. There is nothing. Like people are dying here and there. You are wondering, how is that even possible? How could people live with that? Why can't people react? Why can't young people who are poor, why can't they react and fight back? Fight for what? Fight for good life, fight for better life. Even the young people you are talking about, the Nigerians themselves, they are asking themselves, why can't our leader do good? Why can't our leader just fear God? Why can't because a lot of them, they can only imagine what it feels like to fear God. They can only imagine. They believe that if you fear God, you will treat people right. I mean, you should. I mean, you need to fear God to treat people right. Not because you have to treat people right as your job. Okay? So they are wondering, everybody is wondering because they don't know how to react to it. But these days, with the internet, with the social media, it is now kind of accelerating the exposure of the people, the imagination of the people, and the expectations of the people, which indeed is positive. To me, it's positive. So every time you are asking yourselves, why can't Nigerians come out and fight? Fight for what? I mean, fight for their right. Which right? They were born not to even know what is their right or what is not their right. So, like, how many of them understands what it means to have a working system? They were never born into one. A lot of them are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. A lot of us, if we didn't leave Nigeria, we will probably never even know what it means to live in a working system. So let's be realistic. Yeah? So that aside, in a system that you are wondering, I mean, you invested so much money because you said you want to improve the system and the transparency and the process. Billions of your money invested in it. So now Nigerians, quand they say Nigerians don't care about the money invested. They don't care that they spent 305 billion naira, 75 people dead, and the election still rigged. They said they arrested 425 people for electoral crime. Have you seen any of them in court? Has anybody been convicted? Do you see any case in court right now trying people for electoral crime in Nigeria? Because they don't, the system don't forget be that. Everybody move on. Do you get that? Or you don't? So I'm going to take you a little bit back and show to you when these clowns were clowning the 200 million mumus in Nigeria and everybody was clapping. So when they now turned around and said, no, it's not what we said. Really? But you did say it. A lot of us said you are lying. Liar, 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 pant on fire. Liar, liar, pant on fire, liar, liar, pant on fire. Mayegun, give them benefit of doubt. Mayegun, I know that you don't believe in Nigeria, but listen to me. I have seen this technology. I have seen these people who are doing this work. In fact, I know that Buhari has failed. It's this and that. But when it comes to election, I have seen what liar, 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 pant on fire. But you said it on record, though. They can't change them later. All the things where you read there at their court yesterday that they denied, all of them, they used 3 years and 305 billion naira to lie to 200 million mumus that they meant well. Throwback, ladies and gentlemen. Mumudu, you go first.
Only last week, we commenced the training of master trainers on election technologies to ensure a seamless process. Beginning from tomorrow, we will commence the same training at zonal level and subsequently train all the ad hoc staff for the 176,846 polling units nationwide. On this note, let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, or voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards during elections. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people. The critical foundation for credible election is the voters' register. You may recall that the CVR, which started on the 28th of June 2021, lasted for 13 consecutive months until its suspension on 31st July 2022. During that period, the Commission gave Nigerians regular weekly update showing the progress of the exercise nationwide, including analysis of the distribution of voters by age, occupation, gender, and...
That was when they were carrying all of you Mugu. He even came to London. They gave him VIP treatment for Chatham House. They used part of the 305 billion naira for election to get him what do you call first class ticket. I've been a private jet brought him from Nigeria and his team. And he faced the Nigerians in the UK. You know, Nigerians in the UK, especially those ones who are obedient. Some of them were like, they fancied him that day. They were like, oh man, this man, if this man do it in talk saying won't do, these people are finished. A lot of people, after listening to this guy at the Chatham House in London, they bought their tickets. Because some of them, they already have their voters card. So they got their tickets. Back to Nigeria. We need to go and take our country back. If you see her now, how you go see her now? You go bring out your phone or you go bring out your stick or stone. Next time you see Mumudu in London, what do you go bring out? Your phone or your stone.
This informed the early choice of a new voter accreditation technology using an electronic device called the bimodal voter accreditation system.
That is BVAS.
We have tested it in several by-elections and off-cycle governorship elections. In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day.
So why are they not being included?
Employed in several elections conducted by the Commission in the past few years. In particular, the uploading of polling unit results to the IREV portal has been deployed in 105 constituencies where the Commission conducted off-season elections since August 20.
Like I told you, it's just like few flashback. Omo. These criminals, they even started training the youth corpers in Nigeria. As ad hoc staff. They started training them. They pay them. We are training all of you how to use this voter's card, how to use this voter, can you come, how to blah, 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 blah. All of them for court. Evidence, rubbish. They say, no, all that nonsense. You cannot tell INEC waiting to do. Okay? What's your problem? Why do you hate Nigeria, you these people? So if INEC say they spent 140 billion buying machine, testing machine, training people, then on the day of election, they say they are not using it anymore. So fine, what happened to the 150 billion? What's your business? No evidence. You go explain tire. All this one that they do right now, now shalaya they do. You don't know? If you meet the Lagos Abobakus now, Oshogbu Alimajiris, the Bati Dioti, Ati, what's the other ones there? Or this even the Buhari Diot and the rest of them. All this is what they do right now. Nashalaye. no evidence. You go explain Taya Mayegu. The court say no evidence, no evidence. Omo, evidence yakpa. In another 6 months, you go to see the evidence of the yesterday decision and any other one that are coming. Baba, evidence is poor. You go be the evidence. Now a lot of you will become the evidence. They say, what is wrong with this government? What I say, look at them now. What's wrong with the government with that? Look at them. Bokwari dealt with you. Tifnubu will do that same thing with you. Okay? And now the evidence could be that. But for now, they paid people that they will use machine, they will use this and that. Oh, lie, fake.
You are going to be deployed to the most important level of the electoral system. That is the polling unit. The polling unit level is the most important level because that is the only place where Nigerians go and vote. So you will handle the register, you will handle the papers, you will also handle the result sheets at that level, and you will also be responsible for transmitting the result to the IRF portal on election day. So what we are doing here and nationwide is to train you. We have the manual, the physical manual, we have the soft manual online, and then we brought in the papers for hands-on training. So all of you will be familiar with this machine so that you are not only seeing it on election day. So if you have areas where you don't understand, please ask questions. When you deploy on election day, the first thing after a voter has been accredited or confirmed is to authenticate using the fingerprint. And this is the window. If the fingerprint doesn't work, and don't just try one finger. Try the thumb, try the index, try the other fingers. If it doesn't work, then you take the picture. There are two cameras on this machine. That is the front camera and that is the back camera. Once the voter is accredited, you will see a green light, and on this window, you will see the number of persons accredited. For instance, this is a demonstration paper. It says that there are 38 registered voters, but accredited voters is 0. Once you accredit, the number will be showing. So please pay attention to this. I should also tell you that we are watching you. The moment you pick up these papers to configure it, the front camera will take the picture, so we know who is handling the papers. So we are also
all scam, all lies. At the end of the day, expensive lies that cost people their lives and over 150 billion naira. Phew. Nigeria. When that guy came to Europe, EU gathered together, they carry money giver. EU. So when the EU came and they did their report, the court said, who be EU? Who say you? Say EU, European Union, my lord. European Union. No, European. Is that a constituency in Nigeria? No, European Union. They are also stakeholder in this election, my lord. Well, get out of here. European Union call Euroko Union. Now Euroko Union will come tell us how to do election. Get out of here. What is wrong with these people? Tifnubu, they are presented one single witness. Now the written address of Tifnubu's lawyers, the judges were reading. They just added their own small. Because that's what I think. Because everywhere they agree with Tifnubu lawyers. Because Obi and Atif could not show evidence. They don't show evidence. They don't show witnesses. Here you get. So that's how scammer they are. I mean, how scammy they are. Scammed 200 million people. And half of them don't even know they were scammed. You go tell. Festus Okoye, you swore by the name of God, Festus Okoye, and you said this, or you changed it. Fear man, no, Abi, fear. fear human being. I don't know. I don't even know. Shall I fear human being? You know what I mean? Because I go to fear those who no fear these people. Undi one Nigeria.
Section 47, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 makes it mandatory that to vote, the presiding officer shall use a smart card reader or any other technological device that may be prescribed by the Commission for the accreditation of voters to verify, confirm, or authenticate the particulars of the intending voter in the manner prescribed by the Commission. So the use of the beavers is a mandatory provision of the law and is not an option of charity. The Commission does not have a discretion on whether to use the beavers or not. The law says that we shall and must use the beavers, and this Commission is committed to using the beavers because we spend so much time, we spend so much energy, and we spend resources in putting together the beavers. The beavers was developed by the Commission's in-house engineers as a way of making sure that identity theft is minimized as much as possible at our polling units. So we cannot spend time, resources to develop the beavers and then throw it away and say we won't use it again. It doesn't make sense. So the beavers has come to stay, and we are going to continue to use the beavers in all our elections. The Commission will also transmit polling unit level results in real time. The transmission of polling unit level results is also a mandatory provision of the law, as Section 64, subsection 4 of the Electoral Act has made it mandatory. We canvass for the inclusion of the beavers and the electronic transmission of results in the Electoral Act. We therefore have a responsibility to keep faith with our own innovations and at the conduct of transparent elections driven and propelled by technology.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so.
So it's unfair. I'll keep saying it. Today, Festus Okoye is on well, they don't remove him anyway. They didn't renew his own contract. Festus Okoye was on TV after the election and saying the right to choose what to use is this, is that. Nobody, nowhere. INEC said they are going to do that. No, some people's papa. You saw your papa on TV, INEC official. They lie. They lie to help them mortgage the future of this young generation and the ones before them. Abi, your papa, this TV, they lie, and you are saying, Daddy, I'm proud of you. Oh, Daddy, I'm so proud of you. Because your papa, they carry blood money come out, Abi. You are proud of your papa. If you are one of their children watching me, I bet you are there right now and be like, if you stumble on this video, you are showing love to your papa with all the blood money and the future of the Nigerians that they are mortgaging for this pecuniary immediate gain. Today, they've denied all of that. All of that. Because they may Obi accept. Atiku, complete your statement before I go to Obi, because now Obi next. Because Atiku don't tell him lawyer, but there are other things he has to say. I think you should listen.
Is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. It is my conviction that the electoral process in Nigeria should be devoid of untidy manipulations, and that the outcome of every election should be a perfect reflection of the wishes of the electorate. I believe that such is the only way through which our democracy can have a manifest expression of its true meaning. Whether I prevail in this quest or not, the record of my effort in ensuring an order of credible elections in Nigeria shall remain for the future generations to emulate. On this note, I urge all my supporters to remain calm, steadfast. I urge them Thank you. I ask them to take solace in an immortal lesson I learned from my leader and mentor, late Shehu Yaradua. May his soul rest in peace. That losing a battle is less important than losing the war. We might have lost a battle yesterday, but the war is well ahead of us. And I believe that with our hopes in God and yourselves, we shall win the war of restoring confidence in our electoral system. Let me finally give hope to some of our delusional or disappointed members of our party. I am one of the foundation members of this party. I'm still standing strong. This party gave birth to any other party you can think of in this country. Whether you call yourself APC, ADD, APM, whatever you call yourself, your mother is really You have no reason whatsoever to lose hope in this party. Life itself is full of ups and downs. What is most important for us is to make sure we remain loyal and faithful members of this historic party.
So Atiku trying to give motivation to his own supporters, even though shitty man. I was actually going to go to Obi's reaction before I go to the Tifnubu and gang, but I think at this point, let me put the reaction of a shitty man to the judgment where he took a dig. They said it's a joke, right? It's a Fulani joke, or sorry, it's a Kanuri joke. But some people are kind of taking it out of context, okay? Said, listen, we won't retire Atiku to Dubai, okay? This time around, they are retiring him, and they're going to give him a job. He said he's going to buy him goats, and he will retire him to Fombina, Fombina in Adamawa, somewhere in the remotest of Adamawa, close to Cameroon, I think. And they will buy him goats, fowls, and it can be a small, what do you call it, goat farmer, in Adamawa. Now here is Shitima.
Today is a great day for Nigeria. The Nigerian judiciary had proved itself to be the guardians for justice and fairness against the sirens of deception. It's a battle between the will of the people and the forces of misinformation and disinformation. But democracy has finally triumphed. Like the bird phoenix, rises from the ashes, resolute and unyielding. And in this age of information, discernment is our greatest armor, and unity is our strongest force. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, in this battle for the survival of the nation, in this grand symphony of democracy, your voice, your vote is the note that cannot be silenced. But even in this our moment of triumph, we are not going to be trampled. We work for the unity of this nation. Democracy, as you all know, is not a destination but a journey. It tests us, it tests our resolve, our intent, our commitment to be the custodians of the will of the people. My principal, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is eternally indebted to the Nigerian people and to the leadership of the party who have been here since 9 a.m. Our governors, our energetic chairman and national secretary of the party, members of the National Assembly, they have been here, ministers. So words cannot adequately convey our depth of gratitude to the Nigerian people. My principal will issue a formal statement, but we feel compelled to talk to you, having spent nearly 14, 15 hours in this chamber. There is dignity of every person that we need to honor and cherish. I want to thank you. The journey is just beginning. I want to call on Nigerians. Let's unite. What binds us together surpasses whatever that divides us. Let's unite as a people and face our common challenges. As I have always said, the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa and Nigeria, the greatest black nation on earth, will make or mar that transition. We have had a very long day, but a very good day. My principal is extremely elected, and he asked me to convey his gratitude to our leaders and to the Nigerian people and to the Nigerian media who have been here all day long. The journey is just beginning. I wish you a wonderful night's rest. I will allow our boss, the national chairman of the party is the boss of bosses. So I will allow you to interrogate him.
Do you still retire political terrorists?
We have moved beyond the phase of politics. Now we are in the phase of governance. Atiku Abubakar is an elder statesman that I hold in very high esteem. Anybody who knows the socio-cultural interaction between the Fulanis and the Kanuris in the north will know that I have the liberty to hold all insult at him and he will stoically bear. We are not going to retire him to Dubai or Morocco. I will retire him to Combina. I will buy him goats, broilers and layers so that he can spend his days rearing goats and broilers. But it's an elder statesman that it's on a joking side. On a more serious note, it's an elder statesman. The nation needs him. Experience is not something that you can buy in the marketplace. We'll tap.
Who will take this country? You the post goods available now. You know where are you no man? May God punish you for posting that goods available.
I wish na election aga make a Nigerian movie. An chairman na chose kpozi na APC win go. Thunder agba. I will confess. I just say Koyesigi election. Also, no, a town hall is different from blue, blah, blah. Not Peter the win is on one female.
Birthday. Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you on an angry moment? What is good about the birthday? Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you when the country is about to break down? Come on here with your birthday. Come on, go and sit down. Nobody's celebrating your birthday. So if your birthday is today, you supposed to the birthday.
Sorry, guys. I had to just laugh. You know why? I was reading your comments and I was cracking up. Like here, like, man, Then I remember that I had this short voice note from WhatsApp. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to add the flavor so that I can actually like, sort of laugh enough. Did you hear the part where it was like, I know some of you probably have been following what's going on in Nigeria, especially some of you who are obedient, who are hoping that this is a bad dream. You are still going to wake up like, how could this even happen? Is this even right? And the rest of that. Some of you now that you are realizing that they don't rob you, nothing waiting the text talks they go do, they don't do more. So some of you will feel like, as you are seeing their faces there, all their faces inside that video, you probably will feel like, I wish this thing in Hollywood. So that thunder will just and thunder will just strike all of them there. And they go come, they confess. They say, I confess, so we rig election. Na Peter Obi win, oh. Hey, forgive us, oh. Hey, forgive us, oh, fire. Hey, fire. Hey, God, forgive us, oh. Like that, eh? How many of you are thinking that? How many? That wishes that, thunder. I wish thunder would listen. May thunder just strike all of them there. Before they die, they go come confess. They will come say, oh, na me do am, na me rig. That stuff. Imagination no go kill all of us. Sure, you know that. Because it be like saying that imagination, a lot of us are actually using to survive right now. With the level of a disruption that APC, Egbekegbe, has brought upon Nigeria. Without imagination, a lot of people don't run mad. And if you don't believe me, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on all this social media. Nigerians that are supposed to be so frustrated, right? Probably like fighting back. They are using their frustration to kind of make money. It is what it is. Anyway, Kolu actually celebrated it. So may I show you small. In India, I'm coming back to Peter Obi's position.
We shall stand on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand on your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand on your mandate. On your mandate. On your mandate. We shall stand. You go win forever.
From India. Then he also added his own, I accept the judgment. Democracy is working. Democracy is this and that as usual. Like normal. So the Mughals clapped.
It's been a very, very strong and emotional journey for all of us. Struggling for democracy, truth, and justice for all. Today, we give kudos to the judiciary for their indefeasible commitment to rule of law and to humanity. Thank God Almighty for guiding us this far and protecting us. With your support, joys, and adulation, the theme for Nigeria is for us to pull Nigeria up and be proud of a country. That's the only country that we have. 1 out of 4 black race is in Nigeria. well-educated, dynamic, collaborative, and forward-looking people. Hardworking, no doubt. We have no reasons to.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with paragraph 50, the first schedule to the electoral act. This ground, as mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with paragraph 50, the first schedule to the electoral act. This ground.
Anyway, I think that's how I was feeling, right? The way I was feeling about watching Kolu, talking about our democracy and the rule of law and the rest of that. If you think that of Gandola, you see fake. You see how fake people do. Gandola, we don't travel, gone. Everybody in that courtroom, somebody was asking me, Mayego, do you think they probably sprayed something inside that courtroom that everybody just slept off? And I was like, Baba, even if not me, they inside that courtroom. Even me, I won't lie to you. After 2 hours, I might go sleep, especially if the place is a bit comfortable. But the only problem is that, once I realize that I'm sleepy like that, Baba, I go leave the place. I go come out. But you see, politician, no, I'm not sleeping. You see, sorry, sir. You know all those Baba, when you are with all this Agbalagba, some of you are Agbalagbas, and this culture of, lying, and they will say, shut up, man, so Agbalagba paro. Sir, etin sun I'm not sleeping. Sir, are you sleeping? Why don't you go inside and sleep? Man, why don't you go inside and sleep? You're already sleeping. Who is sleeping? Is it because I'm trying to close my eyes like that? Do you think I'm sleeping? That kind of a thing. Then you put demo to it. I don't know, maybe somebody, or maybe his brain, when he was sleeping like that, is already gone like that. So his brain just told him that, alaye, wa, cut low wow. Now cut you do. Oh yeah, demo, this, demonstrate like say, you are not sleeping, you are just praying. And it was like that. Like, kilo shigan dollar.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with paragraph 50, the first schedule to the electoral act.
Learning. You know, when it was the turn of Frostos Otobokeyamo, that one was like with with swag.
That's not the same. Minister of Aviation. Hey, wake up, dear, wake up.
You cannot cheat nature, okay? I just thought I should make you smile because a lot of you are kind of so tensed. And every time we are talking about these things, some of you will be like so tense. Mayegun, I'm crying. Mayegun, honestly speaking, Mayegun, I nearly stopped watching your program because it's so depressing sometimes when you look at this whole thing. So I hope that kind of cracked you up, Abi. Are you awake now? Alive, eh? Is that you? Come on. Our problem was if your issue too tough, maybe say you sit there watching your TV, still doing like this. I don't think so. I help you. I won't lie to you, even though Dr. Agbede came on my program to say it to my face that the Kaba in Nigeria said, they sent a message and they said, this Mayegun, all he does is talk. He cannot do anything. This Mayegun, this small boy Mayegun, all he does is to talk, but he cannot do anything for us because and all of that. You were here that day when Dr. Agbede was delivering that message. But Dr. Agbede, thank God that the Kaba get letter for me. They say, that small boy Mayegun, it simply means they are also watching Mayegun. Sure, you know. So which then means they are concerned that if a lot of people are also watching Mayegun and they begin to listen to him, there could actually be a problem, sincerely speaking. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are still going to continue until the rest of you will kind of get to a stage that you realize that you're not doing anybody, you're not fighting for anybody, you are not fighting for anyone. You are indeed, whatever you do is for yourself. I'm doing my own part. Here you get. So don't kind of get too depressed about Nigeria. You can't help it. Peter Obi's reaction after the court judgment. Now your own section with this.
Yesterday, 6th of September 2023, the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, finally delivered its long-awaited judgments on petitions challenging the outcome of the presidential election held on 25th of February 2023. This judgment was delivered within the statutory time frame under the extant status. We acknowledge the court's contributions to due process and seeming attempt to strengthen our democracy. As petitioners in this case, we respect the views and ruling of the court, but we disagree with the court's reasoning and conclusions in the judgment it delivered. It is my intention as the presidential candidate and the intention of Labour Party to challenge this judgment by way of appeal immediately as allowed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The PEPC has rendered its judgment, but that esteemed body is not the final arbiter. The responsibility now falls on the Supreme Court. I do know that the judgment is not conterminous with justice. I implore Nigerians to remain focused, steadfast, and peaceful, and to abide by the rule of law and understand this matter has not reached its logical conclusion. Our legal team has already received our firm instruction to file an appeal against the decision. I shall not relent in quest for justice, not necessarily for myself, but for indeed for our teeming supporters all over Nigeria, whose mandate to us at the post was regrettably truncated by INEC. The strength and value of our democracy reside on solid national institutions and our confidence in them. Electoral litigations will almost be unnecessary and non-existent if the Independent National Electoral Commission discharges its statutory functions creditably, transparently, and with tenable fairness. When that body fails, as it did recently, thus subverting the will of Nigerian voters, the recourse to judiciary becomes imperative, as is now the case. I thank every Nigerian who has supported our cause and campaign for a new Nigeria, characterized by fairness, equity, justice, rule of law, peace, prosperity, inclusiveness, sustainable growth and development. A new Nigeria is possible and achievable. I especially thank our legal team, the Labour Party and the Obedient family, and all those who showed up daily during our court trials. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Bá sọ Yorùbá, gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lù yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyìnbó kò ṣe sọ.
Òyìnbó ṣe sọ. Sorry about the quality of the video. Okay, I kind of picked that from a mobile phone user, sort of recorded. Mobile phone recorded. It's not like a professional like that. So Obi just wanted to fulfill all of the judicial, whatever. And some others are saying, listen, going to Supreme Court or not going to Supreme Court is not because he actually wanted, but they said he just wanted to further help, especially this generation, this young generation that is challenging the old order. They said this whole thing is just to help further expose how rotten the institutions in Nigeria are. And then whatever the young people want to do about it is up to them. He's not looking there to go and see them to declare him winner or a rerun. It's not going to happen. A lot of you should start believing me now. You should start believing me, even if you're always doubting what I say simply because of the way I say them. I know I know I can be very petty sometimes, yeah? I can be very petty, but I like it. I like being petty. It makes me real. It makes me kind of like, you know, that is why when I finish any of my program, I can go to bed and I will sleep very sound. It doesn't matter what the reaction is, like, oh, you this my, it doesn't matter. You know, or you should start believing me. Or, okay, don't believe me. You should start listening to me. You know what listening to me does? It gets you to start thinking. Seriously. Peter Obi knows that there is no justice in Supreme Court too. But if when somebody who tweeted at him and told him to go and run for president of Nigeria, if he didn't run, there are some of you, including those who persecuted him, those who attacked him, those who said a lot of things, those who attacked all of you because of him, including all of them. If he didn't run for president right now, a lot of them will be saying, they wish that Peter Obi contested. And under any party, they would have supported him. And a lot of you will agree and say, yes, well, it's true. That Peter Obi, because you know what? Before Peter Obi said he wanted to be president, contest election, he was a darling, no? I mean, forget all the things that Nigeria has turned to right now. Are you with me? At a point, a lot of people who love him so much, they started finding out that it was, in fact, in PDP too. I was like, how could you forget that now? He was a PDP vice presidential candidate in 2019. I didn't know that. To who? To Atiku now. Okay, and so I'm happy that he's not with Atiku anymore. I didn't know that. Sure, you get. He was a darling, let's be honest. A lot of people who are attacking him today, attacking Igbos, ready to kill any Igbo, chase them everywhere today. Peter Obi used to be a reference because he wasn't contesting with their lords and saviors. So the day he said he was, if he hadn't responded to that, if he hadn't been chased away from PDP, maybe it won't be this much. You get? So he himself should know. He's a member of the elite squad. They know themselves. He knows them. But if his job is to open your eyes, to let you understand how rotten your country is and how gone it is and how much lies they've told you, and so many of those lies, you need to experience them. Excuse me. It's never going to make any sense if somebody told you. You need to experience them. You need to analyze them. You need to begin to question everything they told you. How? It's by living them. It's by kind of, experiencing them. So if I tell you something, you should believe me. Don't come back here later and start telling me that you can watch. You will see what will happen at the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court, Baba, make una they calm down. No? The devil you are dealing with, if you understand them very well, you will realize that divided house can't take these guys down. But we are going to get to that part at some point. When his own lawyers came out of the courtroom, just like Atiku's lawyers, their own first response.
I'm saying that our clients are dissatisfied with the judgment just delivered. And we have the firm instruction of our clients to challenge the judgment